Life! Are you eating apples and cheese?
Oh.
Hi guys, welcome back to Unapologetic with D. I don't know why I keep clapping. I have noticed this. What is this? Hi guys, welcome. I clapped them. Don't touch on me. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Unapologetic with D. As usual guys, I'm so excited to be back. For some reason today I have the lowest energy, but still here bringing the most I can bring. My sinuses have been acting up, flu season, PMS, everything is just not, being fun, but we move on. So guys, this whole past week has been like one of the hardest weeks for me. It's like the devil has been trying to bring something new every single day. He's been doing the most. Today I just told myself, guys, let's try and pick ourselves up. But then that's one thing I think most of us struggle with, especially some of us women. I was having a conversation with my friends earlier, and I said we are only normal for like 3.5 days out of like 31 days. The rest of the days is either bloated, hungry all the time for no apparent reason, sad crying, happy crying, something crying. Guys, we're doing the most. I don't even understand them. Anyway, today I just want to talk about, like from the beginning we said we are going to talk about everything, but our biggest topic is going to be mental health, because I feel like I've been going through the most this week. I literally didn't even feel like I was going to manage to shoot this episode because anyway, so I wanted to talk about something that I don't know if it's just Zambians or it's across the world. I don't know if it's a global problem, but I'll speak on behalf of Zambians because sometimes we behave like we don't have manners. Allow me to explain. So here's a couple scenario. Here's a couple that has just been married and trying to live their life, trying to navigate their marriage, trying to navigate their relationships, still trying to get used to living together, because living with a whole new person and changing your lifestyle can be hectic. And here's this random person that just walks to you and says, so when are you having kids? Why aren't you having kids? Like, didn't your mother give you sense when birthing you? How do you just wake up and say, I'll choose violence today, violence that's going to murder people, because you don't know what people are actually going through? This brings me to I've had the most incidences with people where they just feel at liberty to say anything to me. But first I used to be like I used to be so upset, come home, cry, pick myself up and say, hey, let's face this new day. And then they'll say the next rubbish and I'll do the same cycle. And then that's not me, because I retaliate. I am a python. You provoke me, I strike. I'm kidding. But no, really, I don't take certain words for granted. Like, I don't let them slide. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to call you out if I need to call you out, because what if you actually come back tomorrow and repeat that same nonsense to someone that's actually broken? How is that going to play out? Do you know how much therapy costs in Zambia? You won't start being a problem in people's lives and then they have to pay for that problem that you're creating. But anyway, so there was this one time, and it's always happening at work. My workmates be doing the most. I love you guys, but behave. You are just out there doing the most. So there was this one time we had like this team building issue and whatnot. And I remember then I was going through the hardest time, because remember I spoke to you about, I told you about in the previous episodes, if you haven't watched, should be like episode 2, where I was talking about depression and stuff like that, and I actually spoke about my miscarriage. Should be episode 2. Please go back and watch. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, recommend. Anyway, back to my story. So I remember this time I had this work function, and I had to go and meet up people from the station, because we needed to be in one place, and picked up from there because we had a team building or something like that. I don't remember, but we were like going somewhere, like the entire organization. I'm going like this. So this random lady comes. She's not random, she's my workmate. Like, she works on another part of Lusaka. Then she comes and she's like, why are you looking so... What were her words? Let me mention this. I just had my second miscarriage. I've also been through the most. Sometimes I feel like I am God's play toy, you know. Let's see how you're gonna handle this, because you are the toughest soldier. No, I'm not. This year for tough soldier, Jesus, I retired. Anyway, so I know I just had my second miscarriage then, and I was in a place where a lot was going on. As usual, a lot is always going on in my life, positive, negative, but a lot is always going on. For some reason, my life is constantly a freak show. If it was a movie, I think it would fall in the genre of what? Suspense, mystery, somewhere in there. Anyway, so I was just recovering from my second miscarriage now, and then this woman walks up to me and is like, why are you looking so plump? It's like she mentioned something in the lines of, I am taking long to have children or something like that, because she is the giver of children. Idiots. Please delete that. No, don't delete. No, please delete. No, but just but anyway, guys, how do you just walk up to someone and be so insensitive? At that point, you know, all the time I would actually go home, cry and be sad and do everything, wake up in the middle of the night, cry, go for work with swollen eyes, I can't see, I need eye drops because my eyesight be doing the most, also because I've been crying the whole night. But this one I just told, and I was blunt with it, and you know, we were like a group of people. So if you're going to embarrass me in front of people, I will embarrass you right back in front of more people, because we need to reciprocate energies. It's not fair. Like, how are we constantly aware of people's hurts, but you're not aware of other people's hurts? I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of does. So we all need to be aware of certain things, because we don't know what battles people are fighting. So this woman, walks up to me and is like, oh, you look so plump. When are you having babies even? I was like, wow. You know, I don't want to bring her business on here, but she was also going through something. But I would have actually referred to whatever she was going through, but I knew that was going to be super insensitive, so I didn't say what I wanted to say, because my sarcastic nerves just went, the shocks just, you know. Anyway, so I told her, like, in her face, to her face, I said, you do not ask anybody when they're having a baby. You don't ask people when they're getting married. That's so insensitive. You have no idea what I'm going through right now. You have no idea what problems it is I have right now. So next time, please be very careful with the words that you use. And this woman was soaked in shame, and I was happy about that, because that's a lesson that she's going to carry for the rest of her life. Now when she sees me, she's very careful with the way, you can tell she's careful, because she knows I'm not one of those people who you can just say rubbish to. And you know, another thing about me is I will grab a baby anywhere. I work in a child care facility, and if you don't like babies and you work in such a place, that's a problem, you know. But for me, it's an added advantage that I actually love kids. So usually when we have these holidays and whatnot, parents come and pick up their kids and whatever, you know, parents, we have created a bond, we have created a relationship. A parent comes with a new sibling, and there was this baby. Oh my gosh, that baby was just, I literally put my tools down and went to grab this baby, and that mother was so willing to let her baby go. Oh god dang it. And I was like, yes, bring her, you know. And I was just going around from table to table talking to my colleagues, my workmates, my friends. I'm like, oh, look at how gorgeous this baby is. And then here comes this random workmate of mine, and she's like, so why can't you have your own kids? And I'm like, why are these people pushing my buttons? Why are they just doing things to irritate my innermost being? So this woman has been doing this thing. When she heard I was in a very committed relationship and whatnot, she started pushing me. Oh, you should have kids, you should have kids. I told her I'm going to have kids when I'm ready, because I didn't want to start dishing out my issues and say, oh, on June 1st I actually had a miscarriage, on April 14th I had another miscarriage, on, you know, because that's not her business. So why am I going around explaining my business to people? Like, why are they in my business anyway? Whether I have a child or not is no one's business. Whether I have that marriage or not is no one's business. Whether I have that law degree or not is no one's business. Guys, let's just be kind. So she had been talking about this oh guys, it's raining. Rain. Commercial break. Anyway, so this person had been talking to me about you know, passing comments like, oh, I see you exercising too much, I see you stretching too much when we have Zumba sessions, I see you doing what, that's not good for the settling of the fetus. This woman had the guts, the nerves to actually call me and say, oh, come, let me mix some things for you so that you can drink, so that you can cleanse your womb. I'm like, oh god, I don't know what it is you're trying to teach me, but if it's patience, I'm done. If it's tolerance, guys, it only needs to go so far. So I was like, if you're trying to teach me something, I'm sure you're trying to teach this woman something too, because she can't keep repeating the same mistake over and over again. So here I am with this baby, and I'm just going from table to table. Everyone is looking at her. She is gorgeous. She is a gorgeous baby, guys. Her name is Baby Grace. So I'm going flying and flaunting Baby Grace here and there, and then this woman literally screams from one corner to the other corner, that where I was, and she's pointing, why don't you have your own kid? And I was like, somebody hold this baby. Hey, somebody hold this gorgeous baby, because I am about to whip somebody's behind, because you know, I think at that point I just had it. And I told her, you know what, if you are going to scream at me, I'm going to scream back at you. And this is an elderly person, so I have grown up in a culture, in a setting where I am told older people, now why is that? No, I disagree. Not everyone is, not, wisdom doesn't come with age. I think now we understand that better. I think they just taught us that for the sake of respect and whatnot. Thank you, parents. But some of these grown people, zero manners, zero wisdom. So she was like, if I told myself, if she's screaming at me, I'm going to scream back at her. So I told her, woman, and I told her in Bemba, because you know, you need to go back to your mother tongue to make certain things settle. You know what I mean? They need to resonate within people's spirits. So I went back to my mother tongue and spoke to her in Bemba. And I told her, have you ever thought to yourself over the couple of months that you have been telling me this, that I haven't been trying to have kids? Or it might not even be about me trying to have kids, or me not being able to have kids. Has it ever occurred in your brain that other people in this world are actually suffering from different things that are causing them not to have whatever it is that society expects people to have? And she was shocked. Another one, very shocked. And this one, I was really really passionate about, and I was super upset to a point where I think I was literally shaking, and you know that anger, because I think it had gotten here. The fact that I am a woman and I don't even know what I'm about to say, but anyway, after I said all that, a certain person walked up to me and said, I don't think it was necessary for you to say all that. And I told her, if you have been in my shoes with this woman, she is constantly telling me to do things for her. Like if she has kids, go and tell your kids to have kids. Why do you want me, my parents' kids, to have kids on your behalf? Why? Because I am also a kid. Do you know how much diapers are? I don't have money for diapers. A child is such a huge commitment, and if it's something that happens now, if something that happens to me, well and good. But if it's something that I am going to plan for and actually make happen in due season, guys, just be patient. If I don't have kids also, that's fine. I am saying all this because I want you guys to understand that sometimes we are super insensitive with people around us. I have a couple of friends that have suffered the same loss that I suffered, and they have had the toughest times, and I totally understand. If the person doesn't want to talk about it and they actually come up to me and start talking about it, I consider that a privilege, but it is not in my right. I'm not in my right frame if I see someone is in a committed relationship, whether married, whether not married. These days people just be having kids for the sake of having kids. You don't even have to be married these days. Children, get married, have kids. But if you want to have kids, guys, go ahead and have kids. My point is, it's not any of my business to actually start going around to people and saying, oh, now your kid is 2. Why don't you have another? Or don't you think you should upgrade your school? Don't you think that people know they need to upgrade? Don't you? I really don't understand why people have to be so mean. We are fighting so many battles. And remember, I told you for that other one where I was actually battling with something then. I was battling, and this time around I really, for some reason, I got attached to my second pregnancy because I knew when it happened. I know it's very strange, but I knew when it happened that it had happened, and because of my first experience, I was extremely shaken. I don't know what to expect. Should I go for what do you call it, prenatal care or whatever as soon as possible and whatnot? And there was so much going on at that point. And then when I was trying to make the most and trying to make sure what happened the last time didn't happen again, it happened. And I still had to live my life. I still had to go for work. It's not like they told me, oh, now that this has happened, your life needs to be on pause. You need to another session of healing before you can actually be exposed to the world. Now imagine someone walking up to me and saying stuff like that. Guys, let us learn some Ubuntu. Wrong word. Let us, whatever. You get what I mean. Let's try and be kind. My point is, everyone is going through something crazy. Everyone is going through something hectic. Why not share some kindness to the next person and the next person and the next person? Because life is hard already. Please don't make it extra hard for your friends to live in. Some people don't have a very high threshold to holding on to life like other people do. That's how come some people commit suicide. Some people just do all manner of things because you don't understand the inner battles that we're fighting, and we don't have the energy to explain because it's none of your damn business anyway. So why are we explaining our problems to you? Our obligations as human beings is to be extra kind. I earlier mentioned how crazy my week has been. I have literally had something new to cry about this week. From Sunday, I had such an amazing weekend. I met a friend over for breakfast and whatnot. So that day went well, that Saturday went well, but the minute we clicked into the next day and the next day and the next day, guys, It's been the hardest, but I try my best. Just because I'm having a cloudy day doesn't mean I need to spread raindrops on everyone. Guys, there's free sunshine for everyone to, feel. Allow people to feel your sunshine even on their cloudy day. I don't want to be a person that is reminded of, like, when you see me, I don't want my face or my countenance or my voice to ever remind you of something horrible that I did or said, because I have certain people like that in my life that I really find off. I really wish I couldn't be in the same space as them because of something that they said, something that was super hurtful, something that they did, and I didn't confront it. Now I've just made it a point, guys. I have made it a point. If you're being inappropriate with me, I'm going to call you out. I hope more people can find such courage to actually speak up. Just maybe the world is going to be just a little bit more kind to all the craziness that goes on. And the fact that I haven't been having my therapy sessions the past few weeks was crazy for me because I didn't have an outlet. So I tended to find coping mechanisms, some very healthy, some quite unhealthy, but we are still trying to push and make sure our life is getting better. I hope one of you guys can at least be kind to at least two people. I'd make it a point to be kind to someone every single day. I know sometimes it can be hard to be kind to certain people, but guys, we're all fighting certain battles that we cannot continually talk about. Some battles we're never even going to talk about them, but we're going to go with them to our graves. But the fact that someone was kind to me on a day when I was my lowest is going to mean the world to me. So guys, I am spreading I sound horrible. I am spreading love and kindness to everyone. I love you. Please, 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 I can't say this enough. Love someone, be kind to someone, and share joy, because this life is already hard enough. Thank you for watching this episode. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell someone to tell someone to tell someone. I love you. From your podcast Sunflower, it is bye.